When it comes to feeding your cat, not all pet food is created equal, and the wrong one can quietly damage their health. Cats are obligate carnivores, meaning their bodies are designed to thrive on high-quality animal protein, not fillers, carbs, or artificial ingredients. But many popular cat food brands cut corners with cheap byproducts, mystery meats, chemical preservatives, artificial colors, and grains that cats cannot properly digest. Over time, these low-quality formulas can contribute to obesity, kidney problems, urinary issues, digestive trouble, skin irritation, and even long-term organ stress. What's worse is that some of the worst offenders are the brands that look healthy on the shelf. That's why today we're exposing the cat food brands you should avoid at all costs, and then revealing the safe, trustworthy alternatives that actually support your cat's health, energy, and longevity. Let's start with the ones to stay far away from. 1. 9 Lives Daily Essentials. 9 Lives Daily Essentials is one of the most commonly purchased budget cat foods, but it's also one of the worst offenders when it comes to poor nutrition and harmful ingredients. While the brand markets itself as complete and balanced, the actual formula relies heavily on corn, wheat, and soybean meal, none of which belong in a cat's diet. Cats are obligate carnivores, meaning their bodies cannot efficiently process plant-based proteins. Yet in this food, most of the protein content comes from plant sources and cheap meat byproducts, not real meat. This leads to inadequate amino acid profiles, which can cause muscle loss, low energy, and long-term organ strain. Another major concern is the use of artificial colors and flavors. These chemicals provide no nutritional benefit and are added purely to make the kibble look appealing to humans. Cats don't care what color their food is, but their bodies do suffer from the unnecessary chemical load. In addition, 9 Lives formulas often include BHA and BHT, controversial preservatives linked to health risks in long-term exposure. Many cats develop digestive issues such as vomiting, loose stools, or gas when eating foods packed with fillers and artificial additives, and 9 Lives is notorious for triggering these sensitivities. The carbohydrate content is extremely high, which can contribute to obesity, a major issue in indoor cats. Excess carbs also increase glucose spikes and raise the risk of diabetes, especially in older or inactive cats. On top of that, low moisture content in dry kibble can worsen urinary health, a common problem in cats fed low-quality food. With poor hydration, combined with inadequate animal protein, cats become more susceptible to urinary crystals, blockages, and kidney stress. Overall, 9 Lives Daily Essentials sacrifices nutritional quality for profit, and it is absolutely a brand to avoid if you care about your cat's long-term health. 2. Meow Mix Original Choice. Meow Mix is one of the most recognizable cat food brands on the market, but unfortunately, it is also one of the unhealthiest. Despite its reputation and massive advertising presence, the formula is built almost entirely on cheap fillers rather than real meat. The first few ingredients typically include corn, soybean meal, and ground wheat, all carbohydrates with minimal biological value for cats. These ingredients artificially inflate the protein content, making it appear nutritionally adequate, when in reality, the amino acid quality is extremely poor. One of the biggest issues is the extremely low amount of animal-based protein. Instead, Meow Mix uses vague ingredients like Animal Digest, which is essentially a flavored additive used to make low-quality kibble taste like meat. This gives cats the illusion of a meat-rich diet when the actual nutrient quality is nowhere near what they require. Cats who consume diets like Meow Mix often develop dull coats, excessive shedding, brittle fur, and skin irritation due to the lack of essential fatty acids and proper amino acids. The formula also contains artificial dyes, preservatives, and flavor enhancers, all unnecessary and potentially harmful. Some cats experience allergic reactions, itching, vomiting, or digestive irregularities because of these additives. Moreover, because Meow Mix is carb-heavy and low in moisture, it increases the risk of urinary tract issues, kidney stress, and inflammation throughout the body. Indoor cats, seniors, overweight cats, and cats with sensitive stomachs are especially vulnerable to these problems. In the long run, Meow Mix Original Choice does more harm than good. It offers empty calories, poor quality protein, unnecessary chemicals, and extremely low nutritional density. For cat owners looking to give their pets a diet that supports energy, longevity, and organ health, this brand should be completely avoided. 3. Friskies Indoor Delights. Friskies is a massive brand, and Indoor Delights is one of its top sellers. But popularity doesn't equal quality. This formula is heavily processed, carb-loaded, and made with some of the lowest quality ingredients permitted in pet food. The primary problem is that Friskies uses meat byproducts instead of real identifiable proteins. Byproducts can include anything from leftover organs to low-grade tissue scraps that lack consistent nutrient profiles. Cats need high-quality animal protein to maintain muscle mass, proper digestion, and metabolic health. But Friskies does not deliver on this requirement. The formula also contains corn gluten meal, soybean meal, and ground rice, none of which are species-appropriate foods for cats. These ingredients serve as cheap fillers, pushing down manufacturing costs while offering virtually no useful nutrition. Cats metabolize animal protein for energy, not carbs, so feeding them high-carbohydrate foods like Friskies Indoor Delights can lead to weight gain, lethargy, glucose spikes, and an elevated risk of diabetes. Many indoor cats already struggle with weight control, and this formula worsens those issues. Artificial dyes are another problem. Red 40, yellow 5, blue 2, and other synthetic colors appear in multiple Friskies products. These dyes exist only for visual marketing and can contribute to allergies or behavioral issues in sensitive cats. Additionally, Friskies contains preservatives like BHA or unspecified artificial preservatives, which are concerning due to potential long-term health effects. The low moisture content also poses a significant danger. Cats naturally obtain most of their hydration from prey in the wild, so dry kibble alone cannot support proper hydration. Feeding Friskies Indoor Delights increases the risk of urinary crystals, blockages, kidney damage, and overall urinary tract inflammation. Many cats eating Friskies long-term end up with preventable urinary health issues. For a brand as large as Friskies, the quality should be higher, but it remains cheap, filler-heavy, and nutritionally insufficient. This is a food that should not be in any cat's diet. 4. Special Kitty Dry Cat Food. Special Kitty is one of the lowest budget cat foods available, and unfortunately, the formula reflects that price point. This brand is well known among veterinarians and pet nutritionists for offering extremely poor nutritional quality. The ingredient list is dominated by corn, wheat, and soy, all inexpensive plant-based fillers that cats cannot digest efficiently. These fillers provide calories without nourishment, causing cats to feel full while still lacking essential nutrients. Over time, this nutritional imbalance can lead to muscle loss, coat deterioration, fatigue, and weakened immunity. The protein sources in Special Kitty are also problematic. Instead of using real chicken, turkey, or fish, the food relies on vague byproducts and rendered meat meals. These ingredients may include bones, connective tissues, or questionable leftovers processed at high heat, removing much of their nutritional value. Cats require biologically appropriate, high-quality protein to maintain lean muscle, healthy organs, and a strong metabolism, none of which Special Kitty adequately supports. Special Kitty has also faced multiple recalls over the years due to contamination concerns, including metal fragments and nutritional imbalances. Repeated recalls indicate inconsistent manufacturing quality and a higher risk for safety issues. When a pet food brand has a history of recalls, especially involving harmful contaminants, it becomes extremely difficult to trust anything they produce. Additionally, Special Kitty contains artificial coloring, artificial flavoring, and artificial preservatives. These unnecessary chemicals increase the risk of allergies, digestive upset, skin flare-ups, and long-term inflammation. Cats fed Special Kitty often experience dull coats, dandruff, itching, excessive shedding, and poor stool quality because the food lacks healthy fats, proper amino acids, and digestible protein. Dry cat food also lacks moisture, which puts strain on urinary and kidney health. Special Kitty's low-quality formula further elevates the risks of urinary crystals, blockages, and chronic kidney disease, especially in male cats. When combined with excessive carbohydrates and chemicals, this brand poses too many risks to justify its low price. Special Kitty might seem affordable in the short run, but the long-term health consequences can result in costly vet visits. This is one of the clearest examples of cheap food that becomes expensive later, and it should be avoided entirely. 5. Purina Kit and Kaboodle. Purina Kit and Kaboodle may look fun, colorful, and appealing on the shelf, but this is one of the worst cat foods you could ever give to your pet. The formula is built almost entirely around inexpensive, biologically inappropriate ingredients like corn, wheat middlings, and soybean meal. These plant-based fillers dramatically reduce production costs, but offer almost nothing nutritionally for a true carnivore. Cats cannot efficiently break down carbohydrates, and Kit and Kaboodle contains an excessive amount of them. This leads to poor digestion, inconsistent stool quality, weight gain, and blood sugar spikes, all of which can contribute to long-term issues like obesity and diabetes. The protein sources in this brand are extremely low quality. Most of the protein comes from plants or from vague animal byproducts, not real muscle meat. The ingredient list often includes items like meat and bone meal, which can consist of low-value scraps, tissues, and leftovers from multiple animal species. This lack of transparency makes it impossible for owners to know exactly what their cat is eating, increasing the risk of allergies, intolerances, and digestive distress. Another major red flag is the inclusion of artificial coloring. Kit and Kaboodle uses bright green, orange, and red dyes to make the kibble look fun and tasty to humans. Cats do not see these colors in the same way and don't need them at all. These dyes can irritate the gut, trigger sensitivities, and add unnecessary chemical exposure. Additionally, controversial preservatives such as BHA or BHT may be present, which have been linked to potential long-term health concerns. It may be cheap, but the long-term health risks make this brand one that should be avoided entirely. 6. Iams Proactive Health Dry Cat Food. Iams was once considered a premium brand, but its modern formulas have shifted significantly, and many pet nutritionists no longer recommend it. Although it markets itself as a health-focused brand, the ingredient list often tells a different story. Many Iams dry recipes rely heavily on cornmeal and sorghum as primary ingredients. These grains, while inexpensive, are not species appropriate for cats and provide low-quality calories that can contribute to digestive upset and weight gain. The protein sources in Iams also raise concerns. Instead of using primarily real meat, many formulas incorporate chicken byproduct meal. While byproducts are not always harmful, the inconsistency of quality and nutrient density is an issue. Premium cat food brands prioritize high-quality muscle meat, but Iams leans on cheaper alternatives that can be difficult for some cats to digest effectively. This makes the food less bioavailable, meaning cats extract fewer usable nutrients from it. Iams Proactive Health also includes beet pulp, which is often used as a fiber source. While not inherently harmful, it can contribute to overly firm stools and constipation in some cats. Additionally, the food contains artificial caramel coloring, something completely unnecessary in pet nutrition and potentially irritating for sensitive animals. One of the biggest red flags is Iams' history of recalls. The brand has faced issues involving aflatoxin contamination, mold growth, and salmonella concerns, serious problems that can endanger both pets and owners. When a pet food manufacturer experiences repeated safety issues, it becomes difficult to trust the production standards behind their products. Cats fed Iams long-term may experience heavy shedding, dull coats, reduced energy, and recurring digestive issues. The moisture content is also extremely low, which increases the risk of urinary stones and kidney strain, especially in male cats. Despite its health-focused branding, the nutritional shortcomings make Iams Proactive Health a brand best avoided. 7. Whiskas Dry Cat Food. Whiskas is widely recognized due to its marketing and bright packaging, but the actual nutrition behind the brand is extremely low quality. One of the biggest concerns is that Whiskas dry formulas rely heavily on ground corn, corn gluten meal, and wheat, carbohydrate-heavy ingredients that cats have difficulty digesting. These fillers inflate the protein percentage artificially, masking the fact that there is very little true animal-based protein in the food. Whiskas frequently uses meat byproducts and unspecified animal derivatives. These vague ingredients lack transparency and may vary widely in quality. Cats need consistent, high-quality protein sources rich in taurine and essential amino acids, but Whiskas does not deliver this. When cats eat low-quality proteins, their muscle health, immune function, and organ systems can all suffer over time. Another major issue is the use of artificial colors, like red 40, yellow 5, and blue 2. Cats have no biological need for these dyes, and some have been linked to behavioral changes and allergic reactions. Chemical preservatives are also used to extend shelf life, adding unnecessary stress to a cat's metabolic system and potentially contributing to long-term inflammation. Cats fed Whiskas dry food often develop dry coats, itchy skin, digestive instability, and weight fluctuations. The lack of moisture in the food, combined with the high-carb formula, creates the perfect conditions for urinary tract problems, one of the most common issues in cats. This is especially dangerous for neutered males, who are at higher risk for blockages. Despite being one of the most recognizable brands, Whiskas is far from healthy and should not be part of any cat's regular diet. 8. Sheba Perfect Portions, certain varieties. Sheba is marketed as a luxurious wet food option, but certain varieties fall short due to questionable ingredients and quality inconsistencies. While some Sheba lines use real meat, others rely heavily on meat byproducts and thickening agents like modified starches and vegetable gums. These ingredients lower production costs, but provide no real biological benefit to cats. A major issue with Sheba Perfect Portions is the use of added flavors and artificial additives to enhance palatability. While cats may enjoy the taste, these additives can trigger sensitivities or allergic reactions in some pets. Additionally, the sodium levels in some varieties are higher than ideal, putting extra stress on kidneys, an organ that is already vulnerable in many cats. Sheba has also been criticized for quality control issues, with some owners reporting inconsistencies in texture, smell, and color between batches. This inconsistency raises concerns about the manufacturing process and ingredient sourcing. Although Sheba wet food is better than many low-quality dry foods, the byproducts, additives, and high sodium content in certain varieties still make it a brand to approach with caution and avoid when healthier options are available. 9. EverPet cat food, dollar store brand. EverPet cat food, often sold in dollar stores, is one of the lowest quality cat foods on the market and a brand you should avoid at all costs. The formula is built almost entirely on extremely cheap fillers like ground corn, wheat middlings, and soybean meal, none of which provide any biologically appropriate nutrition for cats. These fillers not only lack essential amino acids, but also contribute to obesity, digestive upset, and blood sugar spikes. The protein sources are vague and heavily processed, often listed as animal byproduct meal, which can legally include contaminated scraps, diseased animals, or parts like feet, heads, and organs that offer minimal nutritional value. This makes the food highly inconsistent and potentially dangerous for long-term feeding. Now that we've uncovered the cat food brands you should never bring home, it's time to turn the corner and focus on the options that actually support your cat's long-term health. Let's look at the brands that truly put quality, safety, and proper feline nutrition first. Healthy Alternative 1. Feline Natural Grain-Free Canned Food. Feline Natural is one of the best choices you can make if you want a truly premium, species-appropriate diet for your cat. Unlike the many low-quality brands that rely heavily on corn, wheat, fillers, or mystery byproducts, Feline Natural focuses on what cats are built to eat: high-quality meat, organs, and broth. This brand is produced in New Zealand, a country known for its strict animal welfare standards and clean farming practices. That alone already places it ahead of most mass-market cat food brands. But the real value comes from the ingredient list, which is clean, transparent, and genuinely nutritious. The main ingredients in Feline Natural are real muscle meat, nutrient-dense organ meats, and natural fats that mirror what a cat would eat in the wild. These elements are rich in taurine and essential amino acids that support eye health, heart function, immune strength, and overall energy. Cats thrive on moisture-rich diets, and this canned formula provides exactly that, reducing the risk of kidney strain, urinary blockages, and chronic dehydration, common problems in domestic cats fed dry kibble. One of the most impressive things about Feline Natural is the complete absence of fillers. There is no corn, no soy, no wheat, no artificial colors, and no synthetic flavors. Many cheap cat food brands use these fillers to bulk up the recipe while cutting costs, but cats receive no biological benefit from them. 2. Wellness Core Grain-Free Cat Food. Wellness Core Grain-Free stands out as one of the most trustworthy and nutritionally balanced cat food options on the market, especially for owners who want to avoid fillers, questionable meat sources, and artificial ingredients. What makes this formula truly impressive is its commitment to using real, high-quality animal protein as the primary ingredient. Cats are obligate carnivores, which means their bodies thrive on meat, not corn, soy, wheat, or rice fillers. Wellness Core provides a dense protein profile from sources like turkey, chicken, and sometimes even duck, helping support lean muscle development, healthy energy levels, and overall vitality. One of the biggest advantages of this brand is what it avoids. You won't find artificial flavors, artificial colors, artificial preservatives, or unnamed meat byproducts. Every protein source is clearly identified, which gives pet owners full transparency about what they're feeding their cats. This is extremely important for reducing the risk of food sensitivities, digestive upsets, and allergic reactions. For cats with sensitive stomachs, chronic vomiting, or inconsistent bowel movements, this can make a major difference. Taurine, an essential amino acid for cats, is present in appropriate levels to support healthy heart function, sharp vision, and overall metabolic function. Another benefit is the moisture-rich wet food options in the core lineup. Many cats don't drink enough water, which leads to urinary tract problems. Their wet formulas offer excellent hydration support, reducing the risk of crystals, urinary infections, and kidney strain. The recipes are free from cheap thickening agents like carrageenan, which many pet owners avoid. Overall, Wellness Core Grain-Free is a high-value, dependable choice for cat owners who want clean ingredients, higher protein, better digestibility, and long-term health benefits in every meal. It is especially ideal for cats with sensitivities, active cats, and households that prioritize premium nutrition and ingredient transparency. Thanks for sticking with us through this important breakdown of cat food brands to avoid and the ones you can trust. Your cat depends on you to make the safest and healthiest choices, and sometimes the difference between a good brand and a dangerous one comes down to the ingredients, processing methods, and honesty behind the label. By choosing brands that prioritize real protein, clean ingredients, and proper feline nutrition, you're giving your cat the chance to live a happier, more energetic, and longer life. If you found this video helpful and want more guides just like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, tap the like button, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss another important pet care breakdown. Your support helps us continue creating high-quality content that protects both you and your furry family members.